Alright, welcome back. So, I believe this is the final chapter? I'm not sure, though. I'm pretty sure it is, though, because Danganronpa games usually typically have, like, 6 chapters. And, I'm pretty sure all the mental twists are pretty much out of the way, bar from a few, so I think we're just about done. So, there's gonna be, like, maybe 1 or 2 hours of dickery before the trial, the final trial. And, I'm hoping to get that out of the way this stream, I think. Alright, so I don't know what we need to do, or where exactly we need to go, but I'll figure it out as we go, alright? To go to the trouble of preparing something like this, Nagito was unpredictable until the very end.
Easy as pie.
Now then, let us make haste to the ancient ruin. As long as we work together, we will not lose to Monokuma or anyone else.
Thank you, Sonia. Now I don't have to talk to the rest of these fucking weirdos. Alright, we're off. Where would you like to go? Outside. Preferably. What? Alright. Now's not the time to relax. I need to hurry to the ancient ruin on the second island. Oh yeah, this is wicked. That's right. This is where it goes all Paper Mario 2. I remember this. What does that say? Something burger, clearly, about what? I'm sorry, I want to see pork burger? I have no idea what it says. I think it says, yeah, it says pork burger. Alright. Pharmacy drug cosmetics? No. I think we're on enough drugs, and that's why we're seeing pink hallucinogenics and freaking snow. And pink flowers and shit like that. And, Fanta waterfalls. Pink lemonade, whatever else. Still looks like Casa Bonita, even more so now.
Somehow it is quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Is it really safe to go inside? What's gonna be in there?
You are a boy.
So unreliable to be freaked out like that. You're a man, aren't you?
There's also that countdown. There's no time to stand around.
I'm gonna do it.
Damn right. It's our last chance to get inside.
I'm starting to feel nauseous from the thrills, the chills, the kills.
Thanks for the food.
If you're gonna let it out, why not do it in the Tupperware I keep with me?
Dumbass.
Hey, now's not the time to fuck around.
Young master for Yuhiko.
It's going to be alright, you don't have to worry. I will protect my young master. Now then, let's go forward together.
The hell? Don't treat me like a kid.
This is your leader's order.
Believe that hope lies beyond this point. That is your leader's order. Oink, 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 oink.
What?
What was that? I told her that you only understand piggy talk. I said, you're so cool in piggy talk.
In the name of my family.
I'm going to kill you.
Hajime.
The password, please. Yeah, I know. (11037), right?
It's gonna be fine.
There's no need for you to worry. The only thing beyond this point is a shining future. Or a casket, because there's a machine gun pointed at your head if you fuck up, so don't fuck up, alright? Now then, let's open the door to the future. Oh, thank God it does it for me, because knowing my luck, I'd fuck it right up. Alexa, open the door. Go fuck yourself. Beyond this door, the future is waiting. A sparkling future. Now then, let's move forward. Yeah, but classic 90s television static says no, unfortunately.
Is this a trial ground? But why am I at a trial ground?
Dun dun
It sure looks like a trial ground.
dun dun
The
dun.
vibe is way different than the one from before.
By the way,
Huh?
where did everyone go?
Everyone?
What? Something's wrong? What did I do? You turned the screen into Tetris blocks, Hajime. That's what you've done. Oh, am I supposed to... Oh. I see. No, that's not it. I'm not the weird one. What's really weird is... With a screen falling into squares? Yeah, that's a little bit weird. A little bit concerning. This world? Right, so I assume I'm gonna be up for about, like, maybe 2.5 hours, I think. Is how long I think all this pre-bullshit is gonna take. Hopefully. And then, next time we'll get on to the end of the game, and I'm gonna do the end of the game in one fell swoop next time, that way I don't have to split it up into multiple, videos, because that's a pain in the ass, and I'm lazy, if I'm being totally honest. Way too lazy for that kind of a thing. Which is why all my videos are like hours long, so if you hate that, I apologize. I'm way too fucking lazy to cut videos. The way I see it, if you're interested in watching it, you can literally just watch like maybe 20 or 30 minutes at a time and pause it where you left off and then come back to it later when you want to. Yeah, cheers. 5 students remaining. And then Master Chief comes up. Kill-tacular. Killing spree. Obtain present. You've obtained a present. Gamer's backpack. Just to rub it in. Fuck you. Thanks. Would you like to save your current progress? Yes, absolutely. What happens if I don't? Shenanigans. Chapter 0. What the fuck? Heading to the school trip. Oh, it's like a prologue, I see. A prologue to the sequel to the prologue or whatever. I hate it when things do that. It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. Just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun. I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent. Detecting irregularities among irregularities wouldn't be that difficult. How boring. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. Haha, you looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Ah, that's right, so that's it. This is a ship. Haha, you just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that thin skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a small exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Komaeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that... Yep, definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent.
A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly...
That's because I have luck as well.
Huh?
Even I possess a talent as boring as luck.
Possess, huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us? But that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here?
How boring.
Sorry, I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation.
Not you. This world.
Huh?
This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. Mokoko, how's it going? Welcome. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, this world has become to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring.
Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Perhaps, does that have anything to do with the reason you're here?
Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed.
Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right?
Listen well, using people is a talent too. It is now my turn to use that person just as they used me in the past.
That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already...
I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me, even now it rests in my pocket.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much.
Hate. Then explain your hand.
This?
The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right?
Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I've successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy.
I see, so you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person.
I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy, because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power, and for that, Wait, huh? Do I hate her? That's strange. Huh? Look out the window, we're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there.
What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen.
Huh?
I already know because I'm loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead.
Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again?
There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you were boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me.
You really don't play along, do you?
Heading to the school trip. Ready, Roo, then. Right, so this story gets really fucked up here in a bit, honestly. It gets really mindfucky and weird. Huh? What is this? It's a door. There's a door. Huh? A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground, but then... why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? What the hell are we playing, Jason? We are playing Danganronpa 2, my good friend. Just because I wanted to make funnies and memes out of it, because I'm a prick. Basically, if you don't know what Danganronpa is about, basically this sadistic teddy bear kidnaps a bunch of children and then forces them into mindfuck scenarios and then makes them kill each other under false pretenses. And it's usually a mindfuck, and they didn't have to kill each other at all, and they were just influenced too by various things, pretty much.
Can everyone hear me? Okay.
Nice to put a voice with a name? Yeah.
Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall
Most people
explain
think I'm a
the graduation
female,
exam
so.
to you all. So please
It comes
assemble
as usually a
at the
surprise when
station
people hear my
immediately.
voice and they figure out I'm a Englishman. English. Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy." But why would this place be Hope's Peak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Yeah, most people, under false pretense, assume I'm female. And the thing is, I'm pretty feminine. And the way I speak is sometimes, like, confusing for people. Like, through text. So people usually are under the assumption that I'm a female, based on the name. Went with a guy and didn't second guess, there you go. Good job. You've seen through my, non-facade. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? Well, fuck them? No, it's not fuck them. They just assume a certain thing, and then they're wrong, and then they're... Sometimes people are weird about it, and sometimes people don't care. But the only people who are weird about it are people that, you know, want to chat me up and, like, get in my pants and shit, which still happens, because I'm quite attractive for a guy, apparently, so I get hit on by guys a lot that are gay, which is not an insult or anything, but it's a little bit awkward at times. It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the funhouse. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go and definitely clear things up. Yeah, well, I haven't played Trigger Happy Havoc in, like, what, fucking, like, 3 or 4 months? I don't know where the gym is. I'm hoping it's over this way. I think it is. I'm not sure, though. Is it over this way? Yeah, it is. Fucking PogChamp. Built-in GPS. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore, and so I brace myself and cautiously open the door. Yeah, I don't get hit on by girls that much, but I get hit on by gay guys like every 2 seconds. It's pretty weird. Like, sometimes girls that I've seen for a long time will come up to me and be like, I've liked you for a while, blah blah blah, but I didn't want to say anything, and I'm like, why didn't you want to say anything? And they're like, it's just awkward, and I'm like, why is it awkward? You're making it awkward. Like, what the fuck? I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. Whole bunch of girls in, skimpy, gym wear, hopefully. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo,
You heard the announcement and came here too? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak Academy or something.
that is...
That cannot be possible.
Well,
You're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible.
Hello! How does it feel to return to long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time?
What a shock! I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy.
of course not.
There's no way in hell that's true.
No.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway?
What's left of it?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin. You were serious about that?
I don't believe it.
But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for.
What do you mean?
I don't like this.
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine, fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now.
Someone?
Don't fuck with me.
Enough with this bullshit! Just spit it out already! Where'd you take us, you bastard?
Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and... It means... I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin.
What do you mean between?
What do you mean, made?
What's this?
Oh my, are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment.
Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
Nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. Just a simple graduation exam.
Then what is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate,
are you sure?
but on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So...
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision.
What's up, Red Coley? Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to, my Fuckfest Power Hour. Or 2 hours. I don't know. Maybe. It depends.
Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
Huh? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here.
This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
No.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Mint cust?
Hey,
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world.
What do you mean?
I've dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip.
And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual.
What is going on? Outside the world? Main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey.
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How'd we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island.
I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this! What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope's Peak Academy? Rikoi, by chance, do you understand what Danganronpa is? Do you know the story? And shit. Yeah, I made her French because she's foreign. Because I figured it'd be very stereotypical and funny. This is the Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long. Thank you, by the way. What in the world is going on? By the way, I have played this game before. I haven't played it, but I've seen the whole thing. I did Danganronpa V3 absolutely blind, but I'd seen Trigger Happy Havoc before, and I've seen this one before. Yeah, V3 is a mindfuck, dude. I hope you enjoy it. I really loved V3. V3 was fucking good. Really fucking good. Damn it, why is this happening? Why? The thing that pissed me off about V3 is I was on the right track from the beginning, and my friend said, nah, just forget about it. And the final mindfuck really pissed me off, because I had it right from the get-go. I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. Finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I
Wanted to become Hope? If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody, that's all.
thought this was a first playthrough? Nah. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. I'm not gonna bullshit people and tell them, like, it's a blind playthrough when it isn't. I don't like doing shit like that. Because I know, like, honestly, for viewership and for, you know, like, views and shit like that, somebody saying, oh, this non-blind playthrough is blind is a lot more beneficial for that thing, but I don't like being dishonest to people. I'd rather be genuine. You know what I mean? Why do I always have to go through something like this?
Hajime, did something happen?
Huh?
Hey, bastard.
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey.
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma?
However...
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, alright? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even if they're our allies, they might just not be allies. Maybe Monokuma's telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she cannot betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help.
So, what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Yeah, big fucking shocker. The fucking ditz with giant titties is bad at tests. Who guessed? Bet she's great at giving head in the locker room after class, though, right? Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like...
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something. About Hope's Peak Academy. About ourselves.
I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine.
Hey!
Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right?
If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive, by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes.
I think you mean, hell oui oui. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope's Peak Academy. None of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now, but Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey.
Yeah, but basically, I've seen Danganronpa 1 and 2, and then I played 3 myself blind. And the reason that I wanted to watch Danganronpa 1 and 2, the game, is because the gameplay looked so fucking confusing during the trials that I didn't think I'd be able to do it too well. And it would have confused the shit out of me, so it was something I would rather see than play myself, if that makes sense. Because, given that you're new here, I'm a complete fucking idiot, by the way. So, yeah, I didn't really have confidence in myself to be able to get the gameplay down, if that makes sense. So what are we gonna do? Can we start already?
What are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now.
Whoa!
Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking, running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything. Except Dick, maybe.
However,
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
alright.
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at the green light.
If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're pathetic.
Akane already took off on her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore.
Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me.
Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Miss Sonia!
Miss Sonia!
Please don't leave me, I'll be in danger if I'm left alone.
Yeah, and Sonia will be in danger if you go with her, so fuck off, champ. Kazuichi chased after Sonia, typical, who had just departed and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's going to end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Yeah, it's a visual novel. It's not even the visual novel aspect, it's the whole trial minigame thing I thought I'd be really bad at. But V3's minigames are really, really fun. And if I had to ask, how far are you in V3? And don't worry, I won't spoil you, I'm not that kind of a person. I've finished the game, but I won't spoil anything for you, I'm not that much of a prick. I'm a bit of an asshole, but I'm not like that, so. Also, who's your favorite character so far? If you had to pick a favorite male character and a favorite female character, who would you go with? I know it's a hard question, but you kinda have to ask these things, don't you? Huh? Start of chapter 1? Oh boy, you're in for a fucking ride then. Dude, if you thought Danganronpas were mindfucky before, buckle up, cause V3 is the most mindfucky of them all. That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for this trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Sonia will make me back down, hopefully onto a bed maybe.
This hallway, there was a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me?
There is no fucking invisible wall, you twat. It's a hallway. The walls are on either side, and that's why it's a hallway, dipshit. Oh, this reminds me of Goosebumps, but with, like, data. I don't know if you guys know this, but there used to be a cartoon called Goosebumps, and it was based off the R.L. Stine book series. And, at the end of the credits, there used to be this wall of slime that would, like, drip down, and it was really cool. And I really liked it. It was really neat, watching the slime fill up the screen. You'd say Gonta, and I can't say about female characters. I like Kaede, I like Maki, I like Kurumi, and I like Miu. Himiko's alright too, but she's a little boring, if I'm honest. But her personality is spot on. They fucking nailed it for personality, really. Is this a dojo? Yeah, this is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That's what this is. It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense? Well, you are in Japan, Hajime. They have a lot of sakura trees over there. I wish we had more sakura trees over here in fucking US, where I unfortunately live, because it sucks ass. No offense, but it does. It sucks really horribly. What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Oh, what, is that like whatever for dummies, but it's like manga for morons? That's clever. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this?
Let's start with history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person.
So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. What do you mean cutesy? It could be like Elfenlight and she's a fucking psychopath. You just don't know, do you? Way to judge an anime book by its cover, Hajime. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it is also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Hey, that girl from Elfenlight was cutesy? Yeah, she was. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. Yeah, great, now we're gonna get Ray-Ban Danganronpa. That's gonna be fun, right? With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. What's up, Sin, by the way? Sorry, I almost forgot to greet you then. I try to greet everybody who stops in. Sorry, that's very rude of me. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Directed by Michael Bay.
That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Well, that was abrupt! One fucking hell of an ending. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga. The tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but... Yeah, and then they all died, because it's Danganronpa and Kazutaka Kodaka made it. Exactly. No, just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The reserve department. Did you learn that the girl on the cover is by chance underage, and that maybe you should put the book down before the fucking CIA breaks in your front door, Hajime? That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird.
Oh, you're here again.
The thing that's weird is you, of course.
Huh?
Hey, hey.
Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right?
No, she's like 5,000 years old? Yeah, they always are. Because they look 10, and then they're like ancient deities or some shit, or like demons or fucking some crap like that, because Japan. I want like a Japanese forehead emote. Like, if somebody could make me a Japanese forehead emote, where it's like, duh, because Japan, that'd be fucking fantastic. I would use the hell out of that.
But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too.
What do you want me to say?
By the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve corps students.
I got it.
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself.
Huh?
You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. Happens pretty often. Not that I'd know anything about that, though.
Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve corps student.
Damn it, what the heck? I like how Hajime said fuck earlier, but now he's reverting to his Christian PG heck language. That's great, right? Yeah, Hajime's worried about that YouTube income. He's like, oh no, if I swear or I make dirty jokes, I won't get any profit. Just like DSP, where he goes flibbit flabbit flibbit when he fucks up. It's fucking hilarious.
What's going on?
This hallway, it's kinda creepy.
Well, so are you, dude. Have you seen your teeth lately?
I can't go to places that I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something.
Yeah, or maybe it's a sexual harassment barrier so Sonia doesn't have to worry every time she sits down to go piss. Fucking weirdo. She doesn't have to worry about Kazuichi toilet cam. That's what it is. This is the... yeah, I was gonna say, this is the door I just came from, isn't it? I hate the turning radius in this. It's slow as fuck. It's about as slow as me when I'm trying to figure out a puzzle, genuinely, for the first time. It's fucking slow as hell. I can't go in this yet, can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, judging by the, yellow blocks, I would assume not. Alright, where do I go then? So I can't go in here, that's all blocked off. I don't remember the layout of this for shite, by the way. Which is why I'm just running around like an inept mongoloid. Also, apparently mongoloid is offensive, but please don't get offended by it. Like, if you happen to be Mongolian, that's not what I'm referring to. I mean mongoloid as in fucking retarded. Like, stupid. Please don't get offended by the word retard either, because I say it quite frequently. And, if you get easily offended, this is definitely not the place for you. Because I do say a lot of sketchy shit. And I take no accountability for it, which is why I have a message down in the bio. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Do I go back into the classroom? Maybe that's it. I was thinking maybe because I came from here I don't have to come back in here, but maybe I have to come back in here. Who knows? Oh yeah, I do have to come back in here, because there's a book on the fucking table that wasn't here before. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Huh? Wasn't The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages. I highly doubt Monokuma drew that fucking front cover and he's just taking credit for it because he's an asshole. To see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. Hey, what's up, BB? Welcome. How are you doing today? Thank you for coming by again as well. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Hope you're doing well today. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who is known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and conceal the incident as though it never happened. I'm doing fantastic today, actually. I watched my buddy Oblivion beat the final boss of Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, so that was pretty cool. It took him 3 hours, but I'm pretty proud of him, because he stuck it through and he finally succeeded. And I meaned on him the whole way. The whole entire way I was giving him shit, but it was like shitty moral support, you know what I mean? Like I was poking at him for fun to make him do better. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. Yeah, the final boss of Sekiro took me like an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. It took some people like 2 weeks, and it took him 3 hours. So I'm pretty proud of him. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited, Danganronpa 0. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. More than that.
What irony!
Hey, what's up, D? Thank you for the lurk, my friend. Hopefully you have a fantastic stream. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but just in the event that you cannot hear me, give me a second. Some people didn't even kill Gyobu, so really? Some people didn't even make it past Gyobu? That's sad. That's honestly depressing, really.
For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent.
Yeah, just be happy that you're, shitty. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. Yeah, I don't know if D's audio is muted. I assume it is, so I wanted to type out a message for him. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said that the Reserve Corps students in the Reserve Department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? In the Hunger Games, maybe? No, that's not possible. There's no way, I have no reason to do something like that. Not that you remember, anyway. Tragedy of Hope's Peak has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? Big, most tragic, pretty awful, maybe? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage? Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Right. Well, enough learning. Fuck the classroom. Who needs education? Not me. Which is why I stream on Twitch. Exactly. See? Miracles do happen. Where am I supposed to go? I have no fucking idea. Ah, nice. Perfect. Sorry, but your songs request is up, just to know. I don't do song requests, Bloodborne. I might do in the future. When I get a better setup, I might think about doing stuff like that. Also, I see that hidden cheeky Monokuma, I see that. Sitting there playing fucking hide and go touch myself in the dark, I see you. What the hell is with this room? It's fucking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something.
Gee, you think?
If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. That's like climbing up Mount Everest and then being like, wow, it's really fucking cold. It's like, yeah, it's Mount Everest, dickhead. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Yeah, you thought you were being sly and sneaky, didn't you? Yeah, you thought.
I've been found.
Yeah, but I might do song requests in the future. See, the thing is, I don't like rap music, and I don't like K-pop or any of that shit. I only listen to primarily rock and metal. So if anybody requested anything aside from that, I would, like, lose my shit. Because it'd be like torture. There's another manga just lying around here. This time the title is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, by chance? Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. But yeah, when I get a better setup and I get more stuff, like more equipment and stuff, and I, like, maybe become more popular in streaming and stuff like that, I'll probably do song requests in the future once I figure out all this complicated, like, computery shit. Oh yeah, Queen is definitely acceptable. Definitely acceptable. I mean, like, certain games I would play that I really like the soundtrack to, I probably wouldn't have song request on for, but, like, if I'm just, like, playing Dark Souls or something like that, or I'm playing Sekiro or something, yeah, I could put on song request and do shit like that. Mostly, I just don't know how song request works, and I would have to fucking dick around with it for hours to figure it out, because I'm a moron, so I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. Yeah, maybe it's like one of those Goosebumps choose your own adventure, and then it gets to an ending, and then you're like, fuck, and then you have to go back to the page that you were at, and then go a different route. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. The rise and fall of Club Penguin. That's what it is. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etat began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, this is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you?
Who would enjoy reading something like this?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy.
Enough. What is this messed up manga?
I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during this period has been completely removed from your brains.
This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world.
I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning.
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
Sorry, I tried to read those lines the exact same way. That way I'm not, like, you know, changing it up and making it different sounding. It's more authentic that way, I feel. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps. No, that's definitely it. Yeah, I feel like there's a certain degree of authenticity when you read lines the exact same way they were delivered before, you know what I mean? If it's gonna be like a flashback kind of a deal. Makes it way more genuine. Don't even know how to use Franker's emotes till like a month ago? Yeah, you just gotta install the plugin on Google Chrome or whatever thing you use. It's pretty simple. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this Ultimate Despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. Well, think about it outside, you twats! Don't fucking stand in the freezing cold room, fucking going over shit in your head. Fuck off. Go outside. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. What a fucking puff. That was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? A sauna, maybe, so you can fucking heat up? Instead of catching hypothermia, because it's not going to help your situation, is it? Where do we go now? Still have no clue. No idea. Not a Scooby. Not a Scooby clue. Certainly not that way. It's not that way. Is there another classroom? Maybe that's what it is. Please. Please be progress. Yeah, progress. No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. Yep, that's alright. Just ignore all that PCP hallucinogenics you're on, Hajime. There's not a fucking black and white Oreo anthropomorphic teddy bear over there in the corner of your eye. When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. Huh, it's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do that either. Alright, fair enough, Fuyuhiko, you fucking pussy. I'll take care of it, shall I?
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
What are you doing here?
No.
love to stay more, but it's late in Italy, so ciao, see you next time. Thank you, Bloodborne, thank you very much. Hopefully you have a good rest or whatever you're doing. If you are going to bed. Or if you're going to jerk off to porn before bed, enjoy yourself, and then have a good rest.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. Tee-hee-hee, I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth?
Should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place.
High school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots.
I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me? I thought that was the same line of dialogue. I'm sorry.
It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about ultimate despair.
Huh?
Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive.
A high school girl?
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima.
Junko Enoshima?
Hey,
As the former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group.
don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place.
So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat? Then what was their purpose?
What?
Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose.
hey,
It was Junko Enoshima's despair.
Huh?
For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima.
What are you saying?
I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair.
What the hell? There you go, lads. If you're trying to get with a girl that has very low standards, Junko Enoshima. Boom. Easy. She's attractive, she doesn't have much faith in you, she doesn't require that much love and attention. Boom. You're in. Easy.
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do.
There's no way something that crazy is possible.
You know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy?
Final days.
in other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history.
Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the Reserve Department all committed mass suicide.
Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students?
Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded.
One person was excluded? Huh? Is that me?
Damn it.
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair? Junko Enoshima? It doesn't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? Ultimate Despair has been added to your whatever the fuck. Reserve Department has been added to your iPad or whatever the fuck.
What a surprise. Do you want to hear about the Ultimate Despairs again?
No, I don't really need you to... Oh god. What have I done? Okay, never mind. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Never mind. Righty-roo, then. Oh, yeah. Maybe I should ask Fuyuhiko about the glaring thing he just said. That's, you know, key evidence. Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima's really dead? What? You didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the Killing School Life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Enoshima is dead.
like...
Turns out that Killing School Life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. She didn't force them to. She said you could live here in peace or you could kill each other and try to escape. What did they do? Killed each other. Me, I would have wifed fucking Celeste and lived a life of harmony and fucking infinite free rent and infinite free food. But nah, because they're fucking stupid and they have to worry about shit like outside connections and family and friends. They started murdering each other and look what it got them. Fucking nothing. That's why you just hit for the pussy, right? Yeah, exactly. There you go. Life advice. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy and she took away their memories? That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing. The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. Oh my god, how the fuck am I gonna read your name on a screen that tiny? Lil Texan, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Hopefully you enjoy yourself and you enjoy me being an idiot and trying to improvise comedy the best I can as well. They were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the student she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko was no more. It's a friend? I see. Thank you very much for that, Bloodborne. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it a lot. It does mean a lot. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who's our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that Killing School Life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but... an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. What are the kappas for? Now I'm confused and scared. I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know what it means, and I'm frightened. Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during this Killing School Life? Also, by the way, after I'm done with this playthrough, I will be making a meme compilation of all the funny moments in it. And there's probably been about like 25 clips I've made so far, so hopefully that'll be enjoyable as well. So if you want just like a montage of all the funny shit that happened instead of my babbery, there you go.
Man, Hajime, you totally know about the story, huh?
What? Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag.
Flag. Nothing, you just like Kappa? Yeah, who doesn't like Kappa? Kappa's great. I like Kipo even more though, because it has the little it has that little, like, you know, party favor thing going on. What do you mean, raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that?
Ooh,
One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route.
You're not making sense again.
well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy.
Yeah, the only thing that's raising my flag is that you're a black and white homicidal teddy bear that I should probably stay far away from. Could you imagine this guy making a Tinder profile?
Loves long watch on the beach. Loves spaghetti dinners and nights out. Loves killing students. What a surprise. Do you want to hear about the ultimate despairs again?
No, not really. I thought you were gonna go all out and tell me things. Okay, never mind, I can just leave and not give a fuck. That's good to know. Maybe it should have told me that to begin with, instead of giving me cryptic nonsense. Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Can be surprised by how this chick is able to walk upright with a chest that big. How about that, Hajime? Connie's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, that's not very nice. Shouldn't call women animals, Hajime. It's 2019. You can't get away with that shit anymore. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So,
I don't know. It's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. Surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Yeah, well, we're gonna stay away from the creepy, crazy lady, and we're gonna go check out the music room, because haha, it's safe in here. Away from the weird, freaky brown chick with ESP. This looks like the music room. No, that looks like the 10 Commandments, is what that looks like. Thou shalt not be a massive cunt. Thou shalt not betray your waifu. Feel like I can see something strange. Yeah, maybe Jesus is gonna come. Maybe that's who's gonna show up. He's gonna be like, oh, my child, I'm so disappointed in you. Looks like it's some sort of monument? Why would there be a monument in the music room? Why not? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduate of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Future Foundation's origins has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your iPad. Great. Maybe we should take a look at this glowing green box. What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information a person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Ashima rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if there are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who's part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. The Academy of Survivors has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your iPad. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed the Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Ishima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there's still so many mysteries. Okay, I have no idea where we're going next, so it might be touch and go here for a minute. So, pedal to the metal, Hajime. Can't go in there, alright. Can't go in there, can't go in there, alright. Let's hope we don't have to ever, because that's a lot of doors. Can't go up there, alright. Can't go in there. Alright, that narrows it down, definitely, doesn't it? Maybe. What is this? Can't go in either of those? Alright. I wish this wasn't so cryptic and there was just like, you know, a map or something that says, hey, you haven't explored this place and it's available to you. That'd be really nice. Unfortunately, the game doesn't work like that, so I have to dick around and spend hours looking for where to go. So apologies for that. Nice game you got here, Kodaka. Is there any chance I could figure out where the fuck to go in the next 20 minutes? Music room. I'm just going around in circles because I don't know where to go. Never mind. Found it. Alexa, where's progression?
To your right, you fucking dumb shit.
This feels different from a classroom.
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it.
The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. Except on, my hidden camera footage, of course.
How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Yeah, for real though, honestly. What's up, you motherfucker? You thought I didn't see you, didn't you?
He'll never find me if I fucking sit horizontally.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, Monokuma. That's where you're wrong. Oh yeah, that's right. This is hot Hiyoko, isn't it? Fucking oof Hiyoko, that's right. There's something written on the blackboard. Well, it's clearly a green board, Hajime. It's not black at all. Does it look like Denzel Washington to you? What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters just below that. Or names I've seen before. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayonji is written there. What is this newspaper? Look how fucking fine she is, man. Fucking woof. She looks like a server at a Hooters. What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean the Hiyoko we knew. Police, open the door. She was pretty much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper... In a way, I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure... It's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean?
This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hyoko's older sister or something? I want to fucking bone her too. Maybe I'll get more hidden camera footage.
No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here.
Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name.
An older sister with the same first and last name?
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko.
But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything. I wanted to be, but I was too busy chasing after Sonia like a fucking wild dog, you know?
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saionji family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko.
Huh?
Of course not.
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. And if she did, Chris Hansen would definitely be knocking on my front door. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt?
Hey, what's up, Red Koi? Welcome back. What are you saying? Thank you for coming back, by the way. She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. I don't know, man. Japan's a mysterious place, Hajime. A lot of things are possible.
today,
Well, regardless, all the clues I've provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck is... This is the truth?
If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper... Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey, hey.
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there?
Huh?
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment?
Subtle! Kazuichi, fucking idiot. If you're gonna be a child predator, you could at least keep it under wraps, right? Dumb shit. If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that there were also test subjects, right? I mean, our names were also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Better not have anything to do with time travel.
Yeah, I feel like that would confuse him a lot. Although this motherfucker could probably build a DeLorean if he wanted to. Still some things that look suspicious. This? An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched onto the name placard says, Hope's Peak Academy founder Izuru Kamakura? The founder of Hope's Peak Academy and this name, Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. Alright, gang, split up and look for clues. Scooby, Shaggy, you go that way. I'll take Velma and Daphne and not do anything weird or suspicious. Says Fredward. Clearly a player at the top of his game, isn't he? Oh yeah, maybe I should take a look at the floating green box. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. Guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko and Ashima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy is not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko and Ashima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Red Koi, thank you very much for the follow, man. Does that mean this is in order to kill them? Hopefully you're enjoying the voice work. I don't get to do this very often, which is why I wanted to play these games. It was a lot of fun, so I figured I'd give it a shot. That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy yourself here. Like I said, I say a lot of offensive shit. I swear a lot, clearly. I've been told I'm pretty funny, so hopefully you enjoy yourself. Remnants of Despair has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. You love Kazuichi and Sonia's voices? Yeah, I tried to give them voices that would match. Kazuichi definitely, like... I tried to give Kazuichi a voice that sounds like his regular voice, but it's a little bit more ecstatic, you know?
Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime, you should now go on to the next stage.
Next stage? Yeah, but I didn't get that flippy sign from Sonic, you know, where you bump it in the air and then it spins around and shows a picture of Robotnik and fucks you out of all your rings. I didn't get one of those. Can't be course clear. I don't believe it. Damn it, not again. The hallway is different from the last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway than the last. But how can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. Speaking of energy, I need to have me a drink of some ice cold, refreshing Coca-Cola. So, if you're feeling thirsty, please be sure to go to your local supermarket establishment, pick yourself up a nice, cold, refreshing Coca-Cola. You're welcome, Coca-Cola. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, hashtag not sponsored, by the way. Get the fuck on your shit, Coca-Cola! Why haven't you sponsored me yet? Come on, man. That's like 50 videos of free advertisement. That's worthy of a fucking sponsorship, methinks. I was gonna say, was that a window on the floor then? Magic carpet ride? Yeah, maybe. Alright. Not a magic hallway, because I can't get any progress this way, dick. Or maybe I can. I meant to do that. A lot of people tell me they love the voice work as well. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. I hope to, like... So, if you guys aren't aware of the Danganronpa franchise, which some of you clearly are well-versed, there's a lot of fan projects of Danganronpa where they get, like, a knockoff Monokuma, whether it's, like, a parrot or a cat or something. And I've been told I could voice one of the Monokumas in, like, a fan-made thing. So that's really, really nice when people say shit like that. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. What's a boys and girls club, maybe? That's what it is. Monokuma bottles, floating lockers, yeah. Maybe we should take a look at the black book on the table. It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy's seal on it. It says confidential, that means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously, Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. Yeah, he's having gay fever dreams back to Nagito's advancements, that's what it is. So, Red Koi, Sin, you guys are not aware, but my whole underlying theme to this entire playthrough was Nagito has been, like, desperately gay for Hajime the whole time, and Hajime, with all his mental conflictions, had no idea what he wanted, like, in terms of his sexuality. So, he was outright denying Nagito's gay advances, but he's been questioning his sexuality the whole time. And, Nagito was basically, like, trying to be like, "Hey, Hajime, come back with me to my love hotel. Come on, man, I'm trying really hard here." And, like, that's been the whole thing. Is that, like, Nagito and Hajime are in a, like, gay, complicated relationship, but it's kind of a love triangle between Hajime, Nagito, and Chiaki, because Chiaki wants Hajime's nuts, but so does Nagito, so it's been really, really funny. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that. I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? Also, like, I don't know what it is, but I have a knack for making bullshit storylines to stuff, just like non-canon ridiculous crap that falls into place perfectly. My friend said, like, I have a really good habit for doing that, so. Hope Cultivation Plan has been added to your Truth Bullet section of your iPad. Great. And, People don't realize it, but doing voice work and, like, throwing your voice so much to do so many different, like, inflections and different, like, pitches of voice and shit really does a number on your throat. So if you're ever gonna do voice work, my advice is have a drink. Definitely have a drink nearby, it certainly helps. Alright, what else do I have to look at? It's not this. Take a look at the file. Hologram. Oh, yeah, that'd be it. It was impossible for the designers to make Nagito not gay? Yeah, I kind of get that feeling too. I don't know what it is, but, like, something about the way Nagito, like, carries himself and the way he talks to people, I don't know, it just gives me that gay vibe. I don't know what it is, and I don't mean to be offensive, but, like, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about too. Like, just the way he, like, initiates conversation and the way he's, like, kind of, like, casual but not really confident about his ability to talk to people. I don't know, it gives off a gay vibe to me. I don't know. This hologram again. What's this one say? Looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. What's up, Rain Man? How's it going? Welcome. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others. So we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. You've missed a lot of gay jokes and some Chris Hansen jokes so far, so you should be ashamed of yourself for not getting here sooner, Rain Man. Really, for shame. How could you? Very disappointed in you. I'm just fucking with you, I'm kidding. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Yeah, aw damn is right, yeah. You should be disappointed in yourself. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Also, by the way, Kazuichi and Nagito gay jokes make up a huge portion of the meme compilation, so yeah, get ready for that. It'll be on YouTube later once I finish the playthrough and I compile everything and I get it together. Because I gotta edit a bunch of clips together and it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but it'll be worth it. It's always worth it. Like my V3 meme compilation, holy shit. The V3 meme compilation was so good. Although, I recommend not watching it until you complete the game, obviously, because there's heavy fucking spoilers up in that bitch, so. It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. I do have a YouTube. I basically just, like, I upload everything when I get done with it, but there's some playthroughs I've done that I never got around to uploading that I want to redo, so. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? I assume you've played the first Danganronpa, though, so if you want to go watch the first meme compilation of Danganronpa, it's there for you to watch. I don't want to say it's funny, because I can't really decide what's funny or not myself, because that seems kind of douchey. But if you're here, and you followed, that obviously means you're enjoying something, right? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Shameless self-plug, by the way. Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set all this up.
What's this?
My, Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse.
It's your fault. What is this hologram thing, anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
no.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all.
There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. Yeah, but I have some meme compilations, I have some playthroughs up. Oh shit! Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. Yeah, this is like that MC Escher painting, isn't it? I'm pretty much used to it by now, even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? Yeah, maybe we'll see David Bowie here in a minute as the Goblin King strolling up and down the stairs in his tight leather pants. I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. Oh, fuck my head, man! Don't fucking put Akane upside down, too. That's weird as fuck. It's close. It's very close. Someone is coming. Akane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely real close. At least that's what my gut is telling me. Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see. My gut feeling is...
They're both.
Yo,
He's right. They're both. Both? What do you mean?
you.
I don't know any details. It's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. Please don't float upside down, dude. I don't need any paranormal activity in my Danganronpa, please. Well, if I don't go here, where the fuck do I go then? I don't know. Back this way? Nah. Shit. Fucking hell! Music is wicked, though. I really like this. This is great. It's like Game Boy Advance Danganronpa. It's fucking terrific. Okay, well, we don't go in there, do we? Do we go upstairs or some shit? Or downstairs? I don't know. I was gonna say all my directions are flip turned upside down like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the intro. So I don't know, really. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something in here too. I should hurry up and find it. It'd be nice if you gave me a hint of what the fuck I was looking for, Hajime. Oh, maybe the floating green square that I seem to miss every single time? This hologram again. Must be another one of those Future Foundation emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Yeah, you know something mindfucky is gonna happen when New World Order plays, right? Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason, do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? Yeah, Kirigiri's theme, exactly. Oh yeah, by the way, my favorite females from the first Danganronpa, Celeste, and Kyoko, and there was one other, and I can't remember who. Celeste and Kyoko, though, definitely. The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? So like I said, if you want the full story of this game, you have to watch Danganronpa 3, the anime, and you have to watch the Despair arc. And then the Future arc is what's happening currently over the events of this game. So, Future arc details what Naegi and Aoi are going through during this entire time. And then the Despair arc is what took place before all this bullshit. So, in fact, the Despair arc takes place even before the first game. So if you're confused as to what's going on because you've only played the games, you gotta watch the anime as well. This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to sacrifice the remnants of despair to ensure hope, but that's not what Naegi agrees with, so Naegi's taking shit into his own hands and basically trying to fix the remnants of despair, so... Without going into too much spoiler territory, there you go, that's kind of the gist of what's going on, and by the time the game ends, you're gonna understand it entirely. Nice. That's the only thing we needed in there. Thank fuck. Learnin's for pussies. You don't need school, all you need is a Twitch account. There you go. Quote me on that. All you need is a Twitch account. Fucking Belle Delphine was able to market $30 of her bathwater, her used bathwater to people. And people bought it! This random thought was able to take a bath and take her water and sell it to people for a profit. These are the times we live in, folks. If you're gonna strike, strike while the iron's hot. There you go. There's your key to fucking fame and stardom. Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room? Well, then there's definitely a use worrying about it, right? Because that's not natural, is it? This looks like a tablet computer. It looks like the power's on, too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Yeah, but there you go. If Belle Delphine can sell her used bathwater and market it for a profit, anybody has a chance. Right? Neo World program. This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. Hey man, times are desperate. The Neo World program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Hintity hint hint hint, by the way. Additionally, the Neo World program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world. Program. A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept that. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
Gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character out. Now then, despair is waiting for you.
Impossible. It is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up? Including me too? Neo World program has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook Areno. Cool, can we search these drawers and maybe find Junko's undergarments so we can, have a worthwhile game? Maybe? That'd be nice.
Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Looking forward to it. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... Oh, now it's all distorted, so it sounds even better. And there's French people. The most frightening thing of all. Hello, Sonia?
Well,
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect?
Huh?
The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine that you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite. Which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real.
Why would you bring that up all of a sudden?
Huh?
oh my.
Huh? I am not sure. I do not fully understand.
What the heck?
What the fuck?
We need Kazuichi. That's what we need. Yeah, could you know? Oh my god, holy shit. If you thought Monokuma was terrifying by himself, check out this motherfucker over here. Jesus, glitchy Monokuma is even worse.
The moment you discover the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear.
Fair enough, asshole. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Monokuma. Prick. Have you seen Beta Monokuma? No, I have not, but now I'm curious. Now I have to know. Is this floating? You know what it looks like? It looks like a charcoal Klondike bar. That's what it looks like. That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is it? In the monument I looked at that object. Moment. There's no U. Or N. How the fuck do I mess up words that bad? I don't know. Yeah, I'll Google it after this. I have to know now. Oh, this music is wicked, by the way. Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. A person? A floating person is talking to me? Dude, there's a talking teddy bear that's black and white. It's like an anthropomorphic Oreo, and you don't find that weird? But this freaks him out. Yeah. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name of my master gave me when he created me. It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial Intelligence Program? I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is actually very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it, it's that feeling from earlier again. This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't even feel my feet or the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World program? The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I'm to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be, mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you, too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program. Most of its words. I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths. They're all just fiction? Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. The revitalization of Hentai Haven. It is used to make the real world a splendid one, with Hentai Haven. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Yes, that's why Kazuichi is there, exactly. The revitalization of Hentai Haven, so we can upload all his cam videos of Sonia. Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So it's been an ongoing joke that Kazuichi has been a complete creeper, like, freakazoid, and he's been stalking Sonia and taking pictures of her and, like, making toilet cam footage because he's weird and he's a creep. Because I figured it'd be really funny and ongoing, because he seemed kind of stalkerish. So Monokuma was right. We did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me, too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in this experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the Observer in the student role was not. Hate how Chihiro's skirt looks like an umbrella upside down. Holy shit, you're right, it does. It's really weird. I'm never going to be able to look at it the same again. Also, Chihiro is another one of the best girls. Wink, wink. And no, I'm not gay. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. Not that being gay is bad, but I'd be gay for Chihiro. Chihiro's pretty cool. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? You can quote me on that as well. Chihiro's best boy. As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. Except for Monokuma and his domestic violence against Monami. That was heavily displayed and portrayed, wasn't it? All the alcoholism, all the alcohol abuse, substance abuse, Monokuma. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. She needs protection? Yes, absolutely. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. Yeah, it's boring otherwise, come on. Except for when Best Girl dies. When Best Girl dies, then it's a little bit depressing. What? Is that virus? Also, Red Koi, my favorite character of DRV3, dies in Chapter 2. I'm not going to say who it is, because you haven't gotten there yet, but my favorite character personally dies, which makes me sad. I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. Also, by the way, Red Koi, do you stream? Because if you're going to play V3 blind and you're going to stream it, I want to watch you play it. If that's alright with you. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it's still the portion of my abilities which contain my authority to build the world. It was like it was a Grandmaster chess player. You don't? Aw, that's unfortunate. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. If you've ever thought about streaming, get to it. Honestly, I can't recommend it enough. It's really fun. It's really gratifying and rewarding, too. Especially if you're bad at socializing. Like, I'm terrible at socializing in real life, but I'm very good at doing it online, which is weird. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. You would, but you're not a fluent English speaker? You seem to type it fine. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. Also, you don't necessarily have to speak pure English. Like, there's Spanish streamers, there's Russian streamers, there's all sorts. German streamers, there's a whole variety, honestly. It's like going to a dollar store and you know when you pass the aisle that's full of, like, weird authentic foods that aren't really authentic, but they're foreign? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. It's like a miss and match. It's like a, island of misfit toys of streamers. It's pretty weird. I can tell that just by communicating with her. which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this alter ego. Your accent needs work? Ah, I gotcha. I understand. If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one? That's so freaking irritating. I was watching this video on Twitter yesterday, and it's this Asian dude, and he's like, yeah, so English is really hard to learn. I've been doing quite well at it, but let me give you an example. And then he has like a little like flip card, and it says the word leaf, and he's like, leaf. And then he flips the thing, and then he like looks at it, and it's the word deaf, and he's like, deef. Siri, how to pronounce beef? Deaf. Fuck. It's so fucking funny. It's really good. It's a funny video. See if you can find it. It's hilarious. It's really good. An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one? That's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility, and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility? But the only person who could enter that facility is someone who is a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that just what I heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Mindfuckaroo, that's why. Nice. But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it, but I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So it has a limit, too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable, so it can be parallel to the deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world, and the situation from the context invites your... This is really hard to read while all this fucking shit is on my screen. That's a lot of death. That's a lot more death. That's a lot more death. Even more death, what a surprise. Oh god, that's horrifying. Get that off my screen. I don't like that. I don't like negative Monokuma. Whew. Jesus. That was rough. Hajime is having nihilist adolescent thoughts? Yeah. I was having nihilist adolescent thoughts when I was like 10. What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do. We were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there. I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first I should apologize to everyone.
I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037. 11037? That's the numbers we found at Nezumi Castle. The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the Hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst-case scenario where an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, I've prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence. Yeah, I know it's 11037, but some people wouldn't know that. But... even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Righty then. Have fun disintegrating into pixels and squares, you freak. A lot more death.
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now?
Nothing, really.
I see.
Anyway.
Oh well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no-good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again.
Did Monokuma not notice what just happened?
It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here.
Hey, about that guy just now.
There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me.
I see, it'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now?
You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best.
Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? We know we're working toward a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings, too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless, too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? Let me take a minute all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Shutdown sequence has been added to the truth bullet section of your iPod. iPad? Monopad? I don't know. Menopause? Who knows? Leave here? Yes. Boo doo doo doo.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Plunge right in. I'm gonna say that when I'm on a first date with a girl. I'm gonna be like, so I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
It's time.
I'm gonna give her that exact same fucking look, too. That exact same one. With the glass of martini and the fucking hand on the fucking cheek and the fucking cocked head. I'm gonna do that exact same shit.
Please enter the
It's
red
gonna be
door
fantastic.
located on the first floor of
Man
Hope's
points
Peak
out the
Academy.
wazoo. Oh, yes.
See you soon.
I love how he does that. Great. That's the perfect way to get fuck. Exactly. A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I need to focus just on that. Alright, so I don't know exactly where to go, but actually, you know what? Let me run over there before I quit and save it. Oh, never mind. That's a big red door, right? So I'm not going to do the trial in this video because it's going to be a bitch to split later. So I'm just going to save it right now, and then we're going to pick up where I leave off later on. I don't know when it'll be. It might be tomorrow. It might be a week from now. Who knows? I don't know. I'll try and do it sooner rather than later, but we're going to get this game done really shortly. Thank you guys for coming, by the way. New follows, I definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's always humbling. So, hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and I'll catch you next time. But first, I'm gonna see who I can host you off to. Oh, you know what? My friend Dark Crow is actually doing his first playthrough of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. So, if you guys are not aware of what
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice
is it's a FromSoft title, and it's quite hard. And yeah, it's his first playthrough, so, definitely hang out and, give him a follow if you like his content as well. Hopefully you enjoy yourselves there. I'll catch you guys later. Red Koi, pleasure to meet you. Texan, thank you again very much. And, I'll catch you guys later. Sin as well, thank you for coming also. And, I'll catch you guys later. Later, guys. Thanks for coming.